When my kids are hungry, guess what? Their immediate reaction is to go to the fridge or go to the pantry. Why? Because they are trusting in their parents that they have provided supply in those two spaces locationally, right? And there's abundant supply. All right, well, Jesus did the same thing for us, right? We know in the Word that God is not, working, right? It's the work is finished. He is resting. Jesus said, I am the Sabbath, right? So when the economy is going the way, it is right now, right? Or when our personal finances are not where it wanted to be, instead of focusing on the worrying and wallowing in it, we should be going to our Father who supplies all of our needs, right? It's to bring, our mandate is to what? To bring heaven to earth. Is there poverty in heaven? There isn't, right? So if you're experiencing some type of poverty on earth, then we should be reaching to heaven and pulling down the riches from his treasury down to earth, right? And so that's how God provides at the end of the day. All right. So there are three steps, right? Or when it comes to God providing for you. First of all, God, Jesus already told us what we're supposed to be doing first. Okay? It's in Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. First, you must seek his kingdom and his righteousness. Right? Notice he didn't say kingdom. You need to seek his kingdom and his righteousness. Okay. And we're talking about a spiritual level now, and I'll get to the practical level soon. So, on a spiritual level, when you seek his kingdom, what do you find? You find Jesus, right? That's what you're looking for. Okay. Jesus, who is seated on the throne. So, you are seeking him, throughout the day, praying in the Spirit at all times, right? That's what Paul says. We are to pray in the Spirit at all times. And we pray in the Spirit, not just words that we make up, in the Spirit, because God is Spirit, right? We are to align with him. We are to align with his being, right? So when you got to seek his kingdom, right? And what is his kingdom? His kingdom is not just a cliche. It's a government system, right? So when the people of this world, let's just say in America, citizens of America, when they have problems, what do? If they can't get their problems solved, they'll go all the way to the Supreme Court if they wanted to, right? Or they'll petition their rights. They're seeking the government of the United States to help them solve their problems, right? And so they're seeking the government system. All right. So they go to the what's the website? US.gov, whatever that is. They go to where the information is so they can benefit themselves. Well, guess what? That's what we're doing on the spiritual realm also. It's a government system, right? And so we are citizens of this kingdom, so we don't beg and plead for it. We are the sons of God. We have rights to what's available in this government system of the kingdom, right? So, so we need to make sure that we're seeking his government system, okay, instead of seeking the world government system. Does that make sense on the spiritual level, right? And we are to seek his righteousness also. This is not about, now, of course, it's good to do right things. You don't want to sin and so on and so forth. But hey, let's not kid ourselves. We're human beings. We sin, right? And God forgives us, for it, right? It could be when you wake up, you think of a horrible thought, right? Your thoughts can be sin as well, right? So, uh, so This is not about not doing sin, although you don't want to do sin. This is about right positioning. You need to make sure that you're positioned, that you have right standing when you are seeking his kingdom. What do I mean by that? See, the word teaches us that there's nothing you can do to be right with God, right? All these other religions say you need to do 10 steps so you can please God, right? There's nothing we can do to please God, people. Okay? Because God has said that if you've broken one commandment, you've broken them all, right? So in fact, the word says that, our righteousness is like filthy rags to him. So there's nothing that we can do to be right. But yet he says that we're to seek his righteousness. This is about right positioning. This is about right standing. How can you be in right standing? Well, it's simply to believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross and he rose up on the third day and and he went to heaven. He's seated on the throne and that he's finished his works, right? Then you take on Christ's righteousness. So when God looks at you, he sees Christ's blood all over you, right? He sees his righteousness upon you. You are now exempt from the punishment of sin, right? So this is going to have you in right standing with God, right? When you approach any government official or even the president, guess what? There's a protocol that needs to take place, right? You can't just go in front of the president or a king of a country just willy-nilly, just casually, right? So just like that, God is king. We need to make sure that we are in right standing with him. And the only way that we can reach to God is through Jesus, right? Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father but through me, right? So when you have Jesus in your life, you are in right standing. Okay? It's all making sense? All right. Now, so when you seek his kingdom government in right standing in Jesus, then all these things shall be added unto you. That's what Jesus said. What things? Well, if you look at the verse before, chapter 6, verse 32 of Matthew, he talks about what those things are. Houses, clothes, food, in today's world, cars, right? Everything that you need that the pagans worry about, we should not be worried about. Because God has limitless supply for the purpose that he wants to do through you. So all you need to do, look, just picture yourself in God's house. God is the parent, he's the father, right? When you need something, when you're hungry, guess what? You go to the fridge, right? When you're hungry or when you need something, you go to the throne, right? Which I'll be talking about. Actually, that's my next point. Uh, so you go to the throne when you need something. So number two, the second step, first step was to first seek the kingdom and his righteousness. Number two, and this is showing as number one here on the chat. Let me change that. Number two is you must boldly come to the throne. Okay? Don't just come to the throne. You're made in his image, right? He's made you a king. So come boldly, right? Don't come crying and begging. Religion teaches us that. That emotions may move God, right? No. Remember, we're dealing with a government system, right? There are laws in place, there are rights in place. You can come boldly and petition your rights as a citizen in the kingdom of God.